Hi guys, it's Steve at Golf Tech Systems. We are in the Avenue Demo Centre. Exciting video for us today. We are taking a look at SkyTrak software. Now, this has been around a few weeks. There's been some good YouTube videos online from some of the other guys, well-known guys. And yeah, we want to run through a little bit today. We want to start with what we think is going on in this software, because it's quite important and it could be quite a decisive factor for what you're going to do going forward and what device, etc. Now, it looks like, and this is only my opinion at the moment, nothing is official, but it looks like SkyTrak have done a collaboration with Trackman, because this new software has got very much a hint of Trackman in it. So nothing's been confirmed by either company at the moment, by either manufacturer. It's my personal opinion on this, but yeah, I'll show you why I think that. But if it is the case that Trackman are being involved in some shape or form with SkyTrak this, it could be quite a nice thing for SkyTrak users going forward. Not necessarily today, because there are some bugs and glitches, but going forward, this could be quite a good thing, because SkyTrak software is Trackman software is one of the best softwares on the market. Its user interface is very, very good, but not only for its course play, but its functionality, the features, the practice modes, all those different elements. If there's even a slight hint of that starts coming across onto this, that's a big deal. And for a SkyTrak Plus that's £3,000, that you could be getting some cracking software. That could make this quite an interesting device. Anyway, my opinion, but let me show you why I think this is the case. So this is the new main menu. So we're just going to select the course screen. First hit is this screen. Now this screen is very much similar to one of the old TPS versions. So description at the top, select the course is listed underneath. It could be these little differences, but that is very similar to an older version of TPS. Just going from memory, from what I can remember from the older TPS versions, it's gone through a lot of cycle tracking software. As soon as I saw that, it was very much quite like the old TPS. So that's the first clue. The second clue is the courses. Now, the course listing, all the courses that you get in this new SkyTrak package are actually all in the Trackman software as well. Now, that might not necessarily mean too much, because you could say, well, yeah, famous courses, etc., Whale Hollow could be on SkyTrak, that could be on Trackman. However, there are some virtual courses on TPS software. Those ones are in this as well, with the same name. Now, for me, if they weren't doing something together, that would be pretty naive for them to come up with a fictional course and call it the same name, because that would open up a whole can of worms. So for that reason, I actually think there's that reason for what's going on. There's a few other things as well. Favourites I'll just put two in. So is one of those courses. So if I go onto that course, and I'll just put a quick overlay of TPS Trackmans version of Lost 9 as well. First, let's just go straight into settings. Just want to show you the comparison and why it looks very similar. This view as well, the drone view down to the T, again, it's very similar to TPS. TPS does the same thing. Putting TPS to one side for a moment, how does it look? Yeah, it looks great. I actually think the graphics look really, really good. Is it as strong as Trackman? No. Would I expect it to be? No. As I say, that's possibly, if they are doing something, they're going to keep obviously stepped apart for obvious reasons. But in a nutshell, yeah, I actually think it's good. I think it's a good move. If this is going to be the standard going forward that we see on SkyTrak, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Okay, let's just jump. So what we do is let's just do quick fly, because again, you'll see very similar to what we see on TPS. You've also got the drone view and the green view. Again, that's functions that are in TPS. So yeah, I think it's pretty. Let's just go back to this. Talking about the software itself, there are some functionalities that are missing at the moment. We need to find out exactly when those things are going to come through. Things like adjust the camera set. That's quite important in the UK, because a lot of customers are in smaller bays, so they need to be able to position themselves off centre. So things like that, we're going to be finding out when those functions are going to be coming. At least we can see that they're there. So it's a good thing that they're there in situ, just a question of when they're going to be launched. So let's just jump back in. Let's go into Pebble. We're just going to jump to the 7th because everything is 7th, and it's obviously a nice one to look at visually. So it's nice that we can go into custom. We can obviously select that one. Just go next. There are some features missing in here, things like stroke plane, we can't do much. We're going to put in on put out, but we will put a give circle at 5 foot. There is some settings in there, but again, I'm hoping this is just a start and a little bit of a taste of things to come from SkyTrak. Thanks for you selecting players. Obviously, we just use our profile that's in there. And yeah, actually, we'll do a flyover for this one as well. So you see. So again, there's that drone view. It's quite familiar. So yeah, when we use TPS a lot, you kind of get a good view of what it all looks like. But I actually think, in terms of how it looks, it's very, very good. We're using the BenQ 4K projector. So again, that's something's in it. I've got the audio turned down, but the audio actually in this software is actually very good. Normally golf sim software is, it's not really there. But the actual ambient noise, we had this going through the Sonos a minute, and yeah, it was quite punchy. So for that reason as well, it was very good. Let's have a look and see how it actually flies out. So, and this is a good point. A couple of the other YouTube guys have spotted this one. This warning comes up quite a bit. So hopefully SkyTrak are going to get this sorted because it is annoying. The laser dot goes off, then it comes up. So I'm not quite sure personally why that's doing it, but again, hopefully SkyTrak can get that. Right, 7 downhill. See how that flies. Probably not too strong. It's too strong. Not too bad. Not too bad. But generally, I think, like the stack screen that comes along the bottom there, that's a thing. You have got the option to go into Mulligan, so you could kind of be annoying if you go back to the computer and obviously selecting that to do that. But overall, I actually think it's not too bad. I think it looks okay. I think it plays okay. Apart from that warning message again that's coming, it isn't that it's something I don't get sort of. Let's just edge. So just get down there to see how it runs. It's been said a lot as well. That could have been debatable in fringe. But obviously, green speeds have been talked about online. Again, it's something that they need to get on top of very, very quickly because that's the sort of thing that's going to frustrate a lot of people. I'm not quite sure why they feel that there's a problem with that at the moment, but you can see I'm hitting that reasonably hard. It's not really travelling out. I must admit I didn't check the stimp or speed if that was even adjustable in the back end of the software. But again, it's little bits like this that are going to cause, that's a slow speed to start with. We're double checking in a second. That's got to go. That is going to get really annoying very, very quickly. Let's just see if that goes down into the Giddy circle. That seems to run a bit better. All right, admittedly, I might be catching a bit of loft, but there's no reason. Still should be putting quite well. Let's get out of this end rounds. I'm just going to be intrigued to see if there actually is a setting for stick. Let's just go favourites, back to Pebble, and just see if there was a green speed setting. Let's have another look at those settings just to see what we've got in there. Doesn't have selecting, putting. No. So we've got nothing for speed at the moment, and that's going to be a bit of an issue. Because if they don't get that sorted out, it should be an option, with all sim software as it is. So, even if it was slow, medium, fast, it's a start. GS Pros, we know, and things like that, stim speeds. But again, it's its first go. And I think that's probably where we're going to end this. And I think that's what I'm going to take on this software that I've seen so far. I think the critical thing to think of is this software Trackman related? From what I think, yeah, I think it is. From what we've seen in the comparisons, I definitely think it is. I think potentially going forward, it could be a very, very strong thing for SkyTrak users. Would I jump into that software today? Probably not. It's not too much money in the grand scheme of things. systems, but there are other softwares that are probably more polished as of today. Has that got potential in a few months' time? Yes. And going forward, very much so, depending on what comes out, if that's the case. So we will do a little bit of digging in the next week or so. We will try and find out if we can get some confirmation of what is exactly going to be going on with this, whether it is track related, how much SkyTrak are going to have control on this, where development looks like it's going to go. But all in all, if that is the case, yeah, SkyTrak Bus might be a good consideration if you're looking for one of those devices that are around sort of like the £3,000 mark. If you need any more information, you can visit us at www.techsystems.com.